It started as a quest to break a record. 3 years ago, boatie Craig Hand set out to sail across Torres Strait in the smallest vessel. What started as an adventure has turned into an ongoing relationship with a Papua New Guinea tribe. Genevieve Hussey reports.
Approximately 3/4 ways across Torres Strait. Can't see land in any direction.
I like boats, like boating, like adventure, and I came to a point in life where I was looking for a challenge, something completely different to the normal life.
Well, I've just got to give the boat a good clean up now.
3 years ago, avid fisherman and boatie Craig Hand set off on the adventure of a lifetime.
I planned it for about 15 months and chose to take the smallest boat to another country from Australia and do it solo.
So we've got about 900 kilometres to go. Most of it is corrugations.
Craig Hand travelled to the top of Australia to try to set a record. He wanted his boat to be the smallest vessel to sail from Cape York across the Torres Strait to Papua New Guinea unassisted.
Coming from basically a bush background and been a happy camper all my life, I put those skills to the test and set about crossing Torres Strait.
Powering rough seas, wind and rains and reef.
When he reached the southwest coast of Papua New Guinea, his boat engine had mechanical problems and he was forced to make some rudimentary repairs.
I got a baked bean lid, folded that in half and wrapped it in a face washer, and a sardine lid and wrapped it in a pair of jocks, and lifted the motor and wedged them each side. And that freed up the unit and I could steer properly.
People are starting to gather down towards the
While
river
fixing
now.
his engine, Craig Hand came across an isolated village, home to the tribe of Sibadiri.
These people had no communications, no shops, no tin food. They just grow yams and hunt with their bows and arrows.
I have a small boat. His boat's incredibly small. His boat could fit on my boat. And he took that all the way over there, and I just look at him and go, wow, I wouldn't take my boat all the way over there. I think it's amazing what he does. He's a modern-day adventurer.
3 years on, Craig Hand is on a quest to raise money and resources for the Sibadiri tribe. This fundraiser at the Railway Club is his latest effort. The musicians and dancers have turned out to help.
A lot of kids back in the very remote and rural villages still find it difficult to get to school. And I think what Craig's doing is really very good for the community.
We came along to support Craig Hand with his charity. My wife Rossie's involved with him in the charity, so thought we'd come along and see what was happening.
Dusty towns where my sister-in-law worked in PNG for AusAid for 7 years, so it's a family interest.
Craig Hand says he's trying to improve the villagers' access to education and health services.
You know, you hear about charities, help this person, help that person, blah, blah. But he's literally loading his boat and taking it over there, stuff they actually need. Shovels, rakes, saws, a lot of solar-powered stuff, a lot of communication thing.
Donations from Darwin businesses have already made a difference. Craig Hand travelled back to the village last year to deliver donated building materials and tools.
Well, what Craig's doing, helping out a tribe over in PNG, just going above and beyond the call of duty, and he really needed financial support to be able to get there.
To this aerial.
Giving the village a link to the outside world has been a major goal. Craig Hand climbed the 130-metre telecommunications tower near the village to connect a VHF aerial.
100 metres up in the air. We put out a test call and reached the Thursday Island Port Authority in Cairns, which is 1,000 kilometres away.
Emergency communications is vital because medical help is a long way away.
If something goes wrong with any of them, it's a 20-kilometre paddle down the river by dugout canoe and then 130 kilometres along the coast.
Craig Hand plans to take his boat across the Torres Strait again next year, delivering more donated goods to the Sibadiri tribe. He says what started out as a quest to break a record has developed into much more.
It's not the everyday for him.
Look at that. My first ever Spanish mackerel.
He's extraordinary in an age where everyone's just really happy to be ordinary.
Genevieve Hussey with that story.